In a world overflowing with blockbusters, some masterpieces remain unseen, stories whispered, not shouted. Today, we uncover those hidden legends of the PlayStation 5. So sit back, turn up the sound, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because discovery begins now. Number 10. A story not of heroes or glory, but of fists, focus, and the quiet fire of vengeance. This is Sifu. It begins in silence. A dojo in ruins, a master fallen, and a student left behind. From that single moment of loss, a lifetime of purpose is born. You are the disciple, the seeker, the blade that refuses to dull. Each breath, each step, each fight is a meditation in motion. Combat isn't chaos here, it's poetry. Every punch has rhythm, every dodge has meaning. Your enemies are not obstacles, they're lessons carved into bone. You move through the city's veins, from neon clubs to sacred temples, from blood-soaked alleys to halls bathed in fire. Each location mirrors a chapter of your evolution: anger, discipline, mastery. And with every defeat, you grow older. Your hair grays, your body weakens, but your mind, your spirit, sharpens like steel. Death is not the end. It's a teacher. Each fall returns you to the fight, wiser, faster, more dangerous. The question isn't if you'll win. It's who you'll become along the way. The art style is bold, every frame painted with conviction. The sound of every strike lands with the weight of purpose. This isn't violence for spectacle. It's balance, a dance between mortality and mastery. And when the final confrontation arrives, you'll realize the truth hidden beneath the blood and dust. Vengeance was never your goal. It was the illusion guiding you towards something greater, control. Because Sifu isn't about defeating others. It's about defeating yourself, your anger, your ego, your fear. When the final blow lands and silence fills the dojo once more, you won't ask, "Did I win?" You'll whisper, "Have I learned?" At number 9, we step across the threshold of somewhere familiar, yet impossibly strange. A mansion that shifts when you're not looking. A staircase that leads to yesterday. This is Blueprints. You awaken in silence. No footsteps, no voices, only the creak of a grand hall that feels alive. The walls hum softly, as if remembering conversations long forgotten. Every door you open changes the house. Rooms twist, corridors loop, and logic unravels. You're not exploring architecture. You're exploring memory. Each run through the mansion is different. A painting might move, a piano might play itself. And somewhere, hidden in the dust, lies the truth, or maybe just another illusion. You're not just solving puzzles, you're being studied by them. The air feels thick with intelligence. It watches. It waits. The mansion wants you to think, to question, to lose control. It doesn't threaten you with monsters. It seduces you with mystery. The deeper you wander, the stranger it gets. A library filled with impossible books. A hallway that leads to the sky. A mirror that smiles before you do. Every discovery tempts you further down the spiral. Every answer only opens another door. But there's beauty in the madness. The mansion is hauntingly elegant. Blue velvet, golden light, endless space folded like origami. It's a dream you can't wake from. And maybe you don't want to. Because Blueprints isn't about escaping the house. It's about realizing the house is you. Each decision shapes its halls. Each thought builds another room. When you finally reach the final door, trembling, breathless, you'll understand. You were never exploring the mansion. The mansion was exploring you. And it's still waiting for your next step. At number 8, the city never sleeps. Neon lights shimmer on wet pavement. Justice hides in the shadows, and one man dares to chase it. This is Lost Judgment. You are Takayuki Yagami, detective, fighter, and former lawyer. A man haunted not by what he lost, but by what he couldn't save. When a shocking crime pulls you into a conspiracy buried beneath Tokyo's shining skyline, you step once again into a world where truth and morality no longer walk side by side. By day, you investigate, gathering clues, questioning suspects, unmasking lies hidden behind perfect smiles. By night, you fight, fierce, fluid, relentless. Every punch lands like thunder. Every kick speaks with purpose. You're not just battling thugs, you're wrestling with the city's conscience. But Lost Judgment isn't a simple mystery. It's a mirror. Each case you solve reflects the darker corners of human nature: bullying, vengeance, guilt, pain. The streets are filled with people wearing masks, and so are you. Yagami's struggle isn't about winning. It's about surviving in a system built to look away. Sometimes, doing the right thing feels wrong. Sometimes, justice demands sacrifice. The city itself is alive. Laughter from bars, neon flickers on rooftops, rain tapping softly on empty alleys. It's beautiful and cruel. You can feel its pulse beneath your feet as you chase one final truth, one that could shatter everything you believe in. And when the final verdict comes, it won't be written in law books. It will be written in scars, in choices, in silence. Because in Lost Judgment, justice isn't something you find. It's something you fight for, and sometimes it fights back. In the end, Yagami doesn't just seek truth, he becomes it. Now, arriving at number 7, we step into a world without maps, without markers, without limits. Only wind, instinct, and the beating of wings to guide your way. This is the Pathless. You are the hunter, a lone archer crossing a vast, cursed land swallowed by darkness. No words, no directions, only purpose. You move with grace and rhythm, running through golden fields, leaping across cliffs, your arrows lighting up the world like stars being reborn. Every shot you take keeps you moving. A perfect harmony between speed and precision. There is no map to follow, because you are the map. You and your eagle companion glide across the horizon as one soul, one breath. When you soar, the world breathes with you. The bond between you and your eagle is the beating heart of this journey. You lift each other, through storms, through shadows, through silence. And when the corruption of fallen gods threatens the land, you stand defiant, not with anger, but with resolve. Boss battles are not just fights, they are rituals. Ancient creatures wrapped in flames and sorrow test your spirit more than your aim. Each victory cleanses the world, but also humbles you. Because the Pathless isn't about conquering evil, it's about finding balance between chaos and calm, between direction and freedom. The music swells, the skies shift, and time itself seems to slow as you dance across the open air. It's meditative, it's graceful, it's pure, a reminder that the journey is the destination. When the final light returns to the mountains and the last shadow fades beneath your feet, you'll understand the path was never meant to be found. It was meant to be felt. And sometimes, losing yourself is the only way to truly be free. At number 6, we descend through thunder and silence into a storm that never ends. A crash, a breath, a beginning that feels like déjà vu. This is Returnal. You are Celine, a lone explorer adrift on the alien planet of Atropos. Your ship is broken, your memories fractured, and the planet itself alive and watching. The rain never stops falling here. The air hums with voices you can't quite place, echoes of something familiar, maybe even human. You take a step forward, and the ground pulses beneath you. You feel it, the weight of time folding in on itself. Every death is not an ending, but a return. You awaken again and again, trapped in an endless loop of discovery and despair. The world rearranges itself each time you fall. Corridors twist, enemies evolve. Reality reshapes to mock your persistence. Combat is chaos and poetry. You glide, dash, shoot, a blur of precision and instinct. Every encounter feels like fate rehearsing itself, daring you to survive one heartbeat longer. But beneath the adrenaline, there's a question that won't die. Why does this planet know you? Why does your childhood home stand quietly among alien ruins? And who is that shadow, wearing your face, whispering your name through static? Returnal is not about escape. It's about revelation. Each loop carves deeper into your psyche until the line between reality and memory dissolves. It's a battle not only for survival, but for truth. The enemies are not just monsters. They are manifestations of guilt, fear, and grief. And the greatest horror of all is realizing the loop was never punishment. It was confession. When the final echo fades and you stand beneath the endless sky, you'll understand. You were never trying to leave Atropos. You were trying to forgive yourself. Coming in at number 5, we step into a world where beauty meets sorrow, where the wind carries whispers of the past and every mountain hums with memory. This is Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. You play as Kenna, a young spirit guide walking between worlds. Her mission is not conquest, but compassion. She brings peace to restless souls, guiding them beyond the pain they've left behind. Every step she takes bridges the living and the lost. The forest around you is alive, glowing with light, shadow, and ancient breath. Moss-covered shrines guard forgotten stories. Waterfalls hide echoes of the dead. And above it all, the mountain waits, a silent witness to every journey. Kenna's staff is more than a weapon. It's a vessel of energy, healing, and harmony. Each pulse of magic carries intent. Every blast, every shield, every flourish resonates with purpose, and by her side, the rot. Tiny, endearing spirits who help her lift curses, move mountains, and heal the land. They are innocence personified, playful yet powerful, a reflection of the life she's trying to restore. But this isn't just a quest for others, it's a journey through grief. Each soul Kena frees mirrors a piece of her own heart, a lesson about love, loss, and letting go. The deeper you travel, the more you realize this story isn't about saving the world, it's about understanding it. The visuals shimmer like a living painting. The music flows like memory. Every frame feels handcrafted, tender, deliberate, unforgettable. When the final spirit fades into light and silence fills the forest once more, you'll feel it, that quiet warmth of release. Because Kena Bridge of Spirits doesn't just end, it heals. And sometimes, that's the most powerful story of all. At number 4, the sands shift once again. Time bends, legends awaken, and a forgotten warrior steps into destiny's shadow. This is Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown. You are Sargon, a warrior bound not by title, but by purpose. Your journey begins on Mount Kaf, a land suspended between myth and nightmare. Golden temples stretch toward burning skies. Forgotten gods whisper from the walls. And somewhere within it all lies the truth, and the crown that could change time itself. Every motion feels divine. Every strike, every leap, every reversal of fate. The game flows like poetry in motion, a symphony of agility, power, and grace. You run across walls that crumble beneath your feet. You parry lightning, dance through danger, and carve your own rhythm through chaos. But The Lost Crown is not merely a story of war. It's a story of will, of rebellion against the divine, of defying destiny when the gods themselves have abandoned reason. The world around you breathes ancient magic. Sandstorms swirl with memory, statues bleed history, and the air hums with the echo of old kings. Each challenge is not a test of strength, but of timing, instinct, and heart. And as time itself folds around your every move, you begin to see the truth. The crown was never meant to be worn. It was meant to be understood. The art dazzles, the combat sings, the legacy returns, but reborn. This is not nostalgia, it's evolution. When the sands finally settle and your blade falls silent, you'll realize something timeless. Heroes do not chase destiny. They rewrite it. And with the Lost Crown, the legend of Persia rises once more, burning brighter than ever. Now, stepping into the number 3 spot, we enter a forest that dreams and remembers, where the trees whisper secrets and legends take their first breath. This is Blacktail. You are Yaga, a girl on the edge of myth, banished from her village and left to wander the wilds. But this is no ordinary forest. It's alive, pulsing with color, shadow, and memory. Every path you take shapes your destiny. Every arrow loosed from your bow bends the balance between light and darkness. The story unfolds like a twisted fairy tale. Moss glows with ancient spirits, mushrooms hum softly, and voices, familiar yet strange, call your name through the wind. You can choose to heal or to harm, to protect the forest or to claim it. Each decision echoes through time. You are not simply surviving, you are becoming. Your choices paint the legend of Baba Yaga before the myth. Will she rise as a guardian or fall as a monster? The bow feels alive in your hands, fluid, sharp, sacred. Magic pulses through your fingertips as you fight the corruption seeping through the roots. Every encounter is symbolic, every enemy, a reflection of the past you're trying to outrun. But Blacktail is not about right or wrong. It's about consequence. It's about facing the part of yourself that hides beneath the mask of innocence. The world is breathtaking, like a dream painted in ash and starlight. Yet beneath the beauty, you can feel it. The quiet sadness of growing up too soon. In the end, when the forest falls silent and only your shadow remains, you'll understand. Legends aren't born. They're forged, one choice at a time. Now, at number 2, we drift into the still waters of something far more unsettling. A quiet sea, a lone boat, and a fisherman chasing not just fortune, but something far darker. Welcome to Dredge. At first glance, it feels peaceful. The ocean stretches endlessly beneath soft skies, and the wind hums lullabies of calm. You cast your line. You breathe. You listen to the waves. But as the sun sinks and the fog begins to rise, everything changes. The sea no longer feels alive. It feels aware, watching, waiting. Your lantern flickers, and the horizon twists into something impossible. Shapes move beneath the surface. Eyes blink where eyes should not be. And what you reel in isn't always fish, By day, you trade, you upgrade, you explore. The ocean rewards your curiosity, but it also punishes your greed. By night, you sail through whispers. The world bends. The compass lies. Even time itself feels heavier, slower, more personal. Every catch tells a story. Every discovery deepens the dread. The deeper you cast your line, the closer you drift to madness, until you can't tell if you're fishing for monsters or becoming one yourself. But Dredge is more than horror. It's a quiet reflection on obsession, on the human need to uncover what should remain unseen. It lures you in with calm waters, only to drown you in the weight of curiosity. When the fog closes in and the sea swallows the stars, you'll realize something chilling. The real monsters aren't below. They're within. Because in Dredge, the ocean never forgets. It remembers your hands, your hunger, your choices. And when you finally reach the truth at its depth, you'll wish you hadn't looked. At number 1, we begin with a tale of feathers, fate, and finality. A small crow, alone, silent, eternal, walks between worlds, carrying the burden of death itself. Welcome to Death's Door. In this strange and melancholic realm, life and loss share the same heartbeat. You are not a hero, not a savior, merely a reaper. One whose purpose is to collect souls and maintain balance in a world that's forgotten what it means to end. Your journey begins with routine, but soon spirals into mystery. A lost soul escapes your grasp, and in chasing it, you uncover a decaying world, a place where immortality has poisoned the cycle of life. Every strike of your blade feels deliberate. Every dodge, every parry, a dance on the edge of eternity. The combat is tight, precise, poetic. The puzzles whisper secrets, guiding you through forgotten temples and ruins haunted by echoes of regret. But beneath its beauty, Death's Door hides sorrow. The world is painted in gentle grays and fading colors, as if mourning its own memories. Even the bosses you face aren't villains, they're spirits clinging to the remnants of purpose. And the music, soft, mournful, lingering, carries your soul long after you've stopped playing. Death's Door is not about conquest. It's about release, about understanding that endings are not failures. They are freedom. When the final door opens and the crow lowers its blade for the last time, silence falls. Not in sadness, but peace. Because in this story, death isn't the enemy. It's the truth, the quiet reminder that every journey, no matter how small, must someday find its end. And when it does, it can be beautiful. 10 games, 10 journeys through shadow, silence, and forgotten brilliance. Each one proof that greatness doesn't always wear a spotlight. Sometimes it waits quietly for those willing to see. If any of these worlds spoke to you, show your support. Like, comment, and subscribe for more cinematic deep dives into gaming's hidden artistry. Because these aren't just games, they're memories waiting to be reborn. Until next time, keep playing with purpose. Keep searching beyond the obvious. And remember, true legends aren't made by fame. They're made by those who find them.